This is Ron from Super 8 to Video. If your first generation Wolverine's take-up reel has a tendency to get stuck and this film starts coming out, not due to a splice coming through, but just doing it on its own, and then suddenly it does this, it is probably your clutch is getting loose or your belt is beginning to slip. In this video, I'm going to show you how to tighten your clutch. When I felt the clutch on this belt-driven first generation machine, I could tell it was looser than this newer generation machine. So we're going to do what I call an upgrade. We're going to take this machine and make its clutch just as stiff as the clutch in the newer generation machines. Lay the machine face down on a flat surface. Then remove these 7 cover screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 2 down in here. I suggest using a magnetic screwdriver because the screws get stuck in the plastic if you don't. Then remove the back cover, undo your belt, and then take out these 2 screws. The 2 screws that came out of here might be longer than these other screws, so check. Then remove your clutch. This screw here does not have to be removed, but it will have to be loosened because we're going to take this C-clip off here using this push pin so we can take this roller off of the shaft. When you remove this C-clip, make sure you do it in a bucket. It is very easy to lose. This C-clip would be hard to replace, so make sure when you are taking it off and putting it back on that you do it in a bucket so that if it flies off or falls down, that you can find it. I am doing this outside of a bucket to show you how it's done. There's a tiny gap right here. See how it's coming up now? And now that clip is off. Now that this C-clip has been removed and we've loosened this screw, this roller will pull off the shaft. Pay attention to the way it's on the shaft though, so when you put it together, you don't accidentally put it together like this. So pull the roller off, pull this off, and there is now another C-clip right here, but we will not remove that one. This is a new generation clutch. It actually has 3 C-clips that are involved with it, but this C-clip right here is the one we're concerned with. I suspect they took it and moved it a little bit closer to the front, tightening this spring, which then makes the clutch a little bit stronger. If you notice, I was only able to put a push pin in here, but in my older belt-driven machine, I'm able to put a full washer here. I suspect that is why it is a weaker clutch, but it is also possible that the spring in my old generation machine has just gotten 5 years old and weak. Either way, the solution I'm showing in this video tightens up this clutch. These 2 washers are the perfect size for what we want to do. When we put it on here, this goes over the C-clip just perfectly. When we put it in here, it's the perfect width and it centers itself. When you put 2 of these, on here and then put this on and this, it leaves you just enough room to put the C-clip here. So these washers are very specific for what we're doing. I will leave an Amazon affiliate link down below, but I am also going to leave the dimensions for you, so if you want to get it at a hardware store. If you want to study these dimensions, hit your space bar. That will pause the video. Hit your space bar again and it will resume play. To tighten the clutch, we're going to put 2 of these 5/8" washers on, and you will need 2 of them, so that when this goes on and is tightened down, it will push this spring forward, which tightens the clutch. This washer isn't needed. I'm using it to show you that if you use a small washer like this, it runs into that C-clip. To assemble this clutch, first notice there is a flat spot on this round shaft that this screw lines up with. I like to take that screw and tighten him in a little bit and then loosen him. That allows me to make sure it stays on that flat spot when I want it to. So then put these 2 washers on, then this black thing, then this here. Make sure that screw lined up with that flat spot. Now we've got to push this down, and it gives us just enough room that we can put that C-clip on the front. So while holding this down, meaning between here and here, tighten this screw in, and then put the C-clip on in a bucket. To put it back on, we're just going to take a flathead screwdriver, push it on, but again, do this in a bucket. I can almost promise you, you will lose it if you don't. There will be almost no play between this roller and this black piece. See how little movement there is? You should also be able to hold this part and spin this gray part, and there will be a fair amount of resistance in compared to what there was. After I stiffened the clutch up, this original belt started slipping. So I tried a rubber band and another rubber band and a couple of ponytail bands. I found the ponytail bands actually worked for a week or 2, but then they got stretched out. So finally I settled on this O-ring right here, and you can see its size with the barcode there. I'll leave a link to a same sized O-ring on Amazon, but it is not this exact O-ring, just the same dimensions. If the clutch or the O-ring fail, I will leave a note in the description telling you when it failed. But I do feel very good with the belt and the strengthening of the clutch. I will also leave a link to a video showing how to replace the belt. When things go right, you should be able to grab this reel and stop it, and the spindle and belt should keep moving. And I don't think it was the stiffening clutch that actually made this belt fail, because I even tried it without stiffening it. I had taken this belt and stretched it a few times like this, testing its strength, and I think I actually just stretched it out. So don't do that with your new belt or your old one when you take it off. Now, put your clutch in. It doesn't matter whether it goes that way or 180 degrees this way. Put your 2 screws in here and tighten them down. Put your belt on. Now put the cover on. I find it easiest to screw those 2 in first and then the other 5 screws. Once those 5 screws are in, you are done. This is Ron from Super 8 to Video, signing off.